Alright, well, hey, hi! How are you? Okay, so we're here with our cooking class called Come Cook With Me with Chef Les. I'm Chef Les. As you can see, I'm in a onesie, but that's okay. So, we're going to talk about breakfast. Breakfast is an important part of your day. So, we're going to modify this breakfast to be something a little different. Well, a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, I got invited to a men's breakfast through the church I belong to, and they took me to a Filipino breakfast. Well, that Filipino breakfast was way different from a normal breakfast you would get at Salisbury House, Perkins, or even any other breakfast restaurant in your hometown. Those are the two that I called out in our hometown, and it was completely different. Supposedly, Filipinos for breakfast they eat rice, and for lunch they eat rice. For dinner they eat rice, and of course their snack, a bowl of rice. So they're riceaholics. It's cool. It's awesome. And so I had a breakfast. It was scrambled eggs. They served some kind of beef, and they had, of course, rice, and then they had these sausages. Well, they weren't your normal typical breakfast sausages. I don't have these sausages here, but I do have. I am gonna make something. Some of my, let's just say, Chef Les' own version of a Filipino breakfast. Well, I have beef in his bag, if you could see, and this is beef, and she is marinating right now inside this bag. Of course, it's on here in case something happens. This is what I put inside the bag. I added some of this. I added some of this. I added some of this. I put in some of that. 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 And I put in some of this. Now this is actual paprika that came all the way from Hungary, Budapest. This actually got imported here to where I live in my hometown. And my dad brought this one in. It's very good. So now that we have our beef marinating, we here have our rice. So I am making rice. It is 5-minute rice. Now there's several ways of making this rice. One way that I have planned is the old trusty microwave. Yes, right in here. So I am going to show you how to do that. Don't be alarmed or afraid. Doing rice in a microwave is quite simple. It's not all that challenging. So we are going to do that today. And then also, we can't forget about the egg. So I have an egg, and of course I have my pan right here. And I'm always keeping margarine in the house. This is Imperial non-hydrated margarine, and this stuff's not bad. It's really good. It works, gets the job done for what I'm doing. As you can hear, you probably hear some rapid bubbling, is because I'm boiling some water. Water is not for the breakfast. It's for a drink that I make every day, which is homemade brewed tea. That's another thing that's really good. Now, I'm going to go grab the other two items that I use to put this breakfast together, and then you'll see. 1 second. So what I did is all those spices I showed you, this is the amount I was putting in. 1/2. 1/2. So, along with the 1/2, this is the amount of liquid I was putting in. 1/4. So those 3 liquids I put in 1/4. Actually, those 4. I put in 1/4 in the bag. So now my meat is marinating in this bag. We'll put this butter off to the side. My meat is marinating in this bag right now. So we'll let this bag marinate. Very good. Now, I have here a little bowl, or shall we say a bowl. I won't say it's little, but it's a bowl. And we're going to take this rice and we're going to dump it inside. As you can see, the rice now is inside the bowl. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach in here with this margarine, and we're going to take a spoon. I got a spoon. I'll grab one. Actually, we're going to take a fork. When you're working with margarine, you want to make sure that you use a fork. I mean with rice. So we're going to fork some of this butter into the rice, which that's something I enjoy doing at that moment in time. And then we're going to take a little bit of the pepper. I don't mind. And we're going to sprinkle a little in, like so. Pepper will give it flavor. And I love paprika. It just shows that I'm pure Hungarian. So we're going to take some paprika and we're going to sprinkle some of that in our rice. And you know, if you're the type of person that likes everything scalding hot to the point where you're sweating, then you put everything hot in there. And this is hot paprika. So you could put mild, hot. Hey, the choice is yours. Rice. Yes. You're wondering how much rice is in that bowl. Very simple. It is 1/3. 1/3. 1/3 of rice goes in the bowl. Now we're set. But here's the thing. Equal parts. Equal parts of rice to equal parts of water. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to get some water. So let's go over here to our water place. Water! Aha! Run some water. And while I'm letting that run out cold, because it's hot, never put hot water inside your container, because that's just not right. You gotta put cold water, and then of course when you cook stuff, it comes to room temperature. Now I'm filling up 1/3, because that's how much rice I put in here. So 1/3 water. I'm gonna put another 1/3. I put a little extra because it's just the way I am. Okay, so I should have enough there. Close that off. Put this down over here. Now we're going to take this rice and we're going to head on over back to the cooking area. Right there. Alright, wow, here we go. So we got our rice. She's all set to go. Water's in. We're going to take the rice. We're going to go like this. And I just thought I'd let you know, along with that beef, it's been marinating for a good hour and a half to 2 hours. You want it to marinate really long. The longer the better. If it can marinate overnight, that's even way better. If it can marinate over a period of 6 days, it's even fabulous. Most people marinate very long time, especially Filipinos like to marinate for a super long time because that's when the flavors really soak into the meat and really cook. So, we're going to marinate. We're going to keep that beef still marinating. I'm going to get this rice going. So, we hit the time cook here on the microwave. Very basic microwave. It is a space maker. It's an LG. And so, we hit the time cook. And then we pick of course, the time that we want to cook this for. So, we're going to do it for 1 minute. And we're going to hit start. Now, we're going to let that marinate. We're going to let that cook in the microwave. Very simple. So now that that's cooking in the microwave, we're going to let that go. That shouldn't really have a problem. So now what we're going to do is, while that's going, we're just going to wait a second or two, and we're going to get the rest of the stuff going here. Next off, once I know that rice is at its cooking point and it's ready to serve, you're going to fork it. You take your fork, you fork the rice, make sure it's soft and cooked, and it's to your liking. And then from there, you carry on. So, we're going to get all the other stuff going in just about a few minutes here, and once the rice is ready, we can get started. As you can see myself, I can't really be around microwaves because of the whole having a defibrillator, so that kind of modifies everything. But we're going to go ahead with this and turn you guys around so you guys can see what's going on. So you guys understand how we're doing this cooking process here. So we got all that going there. We're going to set it up. Alrighty then. Yes. Right. Cooking. I love cooking. So, try this again. Time cooked. We're going to put this on for, let's go a little bit longer maybe. Let's put it in for 400. That should be good. And we're going to let that go like that. Awesome. That is quite exciting. Alrighty then. I'm going to turn that around. So, we are cooking today a Filipino breakfast. Back a few months ago, I got invited to a men's breakfast through the church I'm a part of, and of course the church is Filipino, and they ended up serving me a Filipino breakfast. Yes, it was interesting because when I got there, I was like, ooh, this is going to be really good, and they said they eat lots. So when they brought the breakfast out, I was like, okay, there's rice, there's beef, there's sausage, and there's scrambled eggs. No toast, no breakfast sausage, no hash browns, no bacon, no ham. And I'm like, this is odd. Well, that's how they eat breakfast. They have rice in the morning, they have rice for lunch, and they have rice for dinner, including snack. Rice is the major food group of their daily intake. Interesting. I was kind of amazed by that. So I was like, interesting. And then they had stir-fry beef or stir-fry pork. We're using beef. And then they had these sausages that were not breakfast sausages. Well, I tried everything but the sausages. And they had scrambled eggs. It was a very unique style breakfast in the morning. So I'm replicating something similar to what they served me at this function. And this is what we're making today. So now in our microwave, we have rice going. It is 5-minute rice. It's going in the microwave right now with the water and butter and pepper and imported Hungarian paprika right from Budapest. It's going and it's getting nuked. Along with that rice getting nuked and cooked, we have our beef. It is marinating in our marinade with the spices. And we have our 1 egg. So, once our rice is completely cooked and marinated and ready to go, we're going to get started on the rest of the meal. So, we're going to go check on our rice now, and we're going to see where we're at. Alright, here we go. So, let's go this way. Let's check on this rice. Alright, let's check on our rice. And our rice. Woo. Hot stuff. We'll let that sit. That's going to sit. As it's sitting, it's technically cooking. So that's a good call. Alrighty then. Let's get over to the beef. Where's the beef? The beef is right here. Okay. So we take our beef. Very simple. She's marinating away. She looks really good. Now this beef has been marinating for about an hour and a half. Turn our element on. We want our element to be on number 5. Everything cooks on number 5. As you can see, I have a pan here. Put our pan on the element. As you can see, the element's nice and hot. Put the pan down. Let the pan heat up. You never cook anything in a pan while it's cold. Now, I'm going to go grab one more ingredient, so we're all ready to go. I'm actually going to go and fill up my drink that I normally make on a regular basis. And it is basically brewed tea, like making a cup of tea, a warm cup of tea, but I'm not eating the tea, drinking the tea. I am going to let it sit on the stove until this tea is cold. And I drink it like that. Yes, it's really good. So I'm just pouring my water inside the tea, inside a coffee kettle, spare coffee kettle, so that that tea can brew and sit and marinate inside. Alright. There we go. That's right. So now we're going to take our tea. Now we're going to move our tea over to the stove here. Now we'll let that tea sit. It's going to simmer inside. It's going to marinate. This is getting nice and warm. We're going to get our beef out and ready to go here. Alright. Pop out our beef. Get it on the spatula. Now, as you could see, ooh, this looks really good. As you can see, the beef has been marinating, which is quite nice. So that means she's going to cook really nice. There you go. It's okay if a little of this liquid comes with your beef. It's totally fine. We just want to get this beef on here, like so. On this cooking element. There we go. That's the leftover liquid. We're going to save that. We're going to put that in the fridge, and that's going to be for storage for another day, because that's still good marinade. Alright, so our beef is nicely spread out, and we're going to let that fry, and then it's going to go on a plate. I have a plate right here, so we're going to transfer the beef once it's done. And that should be good to go. And yeah, this is basically how this is going to happen. And so forth. So, we'll just let this go and cook. I'm going to move it up to number 6, just so that she's goes a little quicker due to time. Okay, so we got our beef going. This is great. This is awesome. We got our beef cooking here in this frying pan. This is not going to take too much time whatsoever. The 3 years that I've experienced being in a hotel restaurant here in my local city, which at the moment in present time now, it's called the Victoria Inn, but before that it was the International Inn. Present, I was working there for 3 years, and I basically worked along with some well-known chefs and top chefs, and some of the our huge Canadian team that we have here in Canada coming out of our hometown. I worked alongside with them. Fancy galas, fancy dinners, beef Wellington, fancy sherbets, and fancy whatever else you can think of. Fancy cooking competitions, culinary arts competitions, and so forth. So I got to experience all of this. And present to that time, I got stuck in at the moment in time, it was the Sheraton Hotel. That was downtown in our hometown here, and I got to work there for a year. Got to check that out. That was very interesting. So, and then present to that time, I actually was in a very basic but simple culinary school that was through a vocational program in high school when I was going to high school present here in our hometown. Okay, so let's get back to this here. I have this beef cooking, of course. She is cooking very well. Marinade's looking really good inside the pan. You don't want to overcook this beef. That's one thing you don't want to do. This beef has been marinating for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. There's been everything inside the beef. We have put inside ground ginger, black pepper, Hungarian paprika that was immigrated from Budapest. Hot Hungarian paprika. We put in vegetable broth, soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, and the last sauce we put in was a stir-fry sauce. We put in 5-minute rice inside the microwave to the people who are just tuning in. Thank you. We have an egg on there. We have our beef. We have our rice. What I'm doing to the newcomers is I'm making a Filipino breakfast. Yes, a Filipino breakfast. This is something I had when I was part of my local church, and they took me to a men's breakfast, and this is what they served me. So I'm going to show you exactly what I had. You got to make sure the beef is cooked. Now, don't be afraid. You guys are going to be looking at your beef going, I don't know, because it's the same color as the sauce. That's okay. That's okay. Very easy, very simple. What you do is, you take a piece of your meat, you chop it, and if it's not separating easily for you, that means it's not ready yet. But once it separates and you know it's ready, you have to taste it. Don't be afraid. Nothing's going to happen. You give it a taste and you see if it's to your liking. If it is still a little red in the middle, it's because it's medium rare or rare. And that's fine. That's like cooking a steak. This is a flank steak. It's very thin and very, very small. It's a piece of beef cut that's really nice. And it's great for making strips. You can also make cubes. You can use it for stews, stir fry. This is good for stir fry. So we're going to let this still go here. I just want to make sure this is to my liking because I don't like everything too bloody, but I like my meat medium rare. Not super rare where it's like all red and just, just lightly cooked. It's not happening. Not here. So we're going to try this. Everything you have to taste. You have to know it's to your liking. You got to make sure it's seasoned. You got to make sure there's enough seasoning. So here we go. Yeah? That's ready. That is definitely ready. So, I'm proud of that. Oh yeah. Pour this in here. Alright, our beef. Okay. I'm just going to go wash these. I'll leave the element on. I don't want to lose its heat. So come with me. We're going to go give these a quick wash. And then while we're washing, we're going to carry on from there. Here we go. Okay. So give these a quick wash. Cook with me with Chef Bless. Welcome. This is a cooking class. Yes, it is. And I thank you for tuning in to my cooking class. So I hope you guys are happy and enjoying the show. Cook with me with Chef Les. So we're going to continue on with our cooking demonstrations. Very simple, very easy, nothing too fancy. We are making a Filipino breakfast, a Filipino style breakfast. Yes, Filipinos do, and I do believe this. And it is true because I've been told. Their daily food group every day for lunch, breakfast, and dinner is rice. Yes, you heard it, rice. They eat that for breakfast, they eat that for lunch, and they eat that for dinner. They also eat it for snack. Carrying on, let's go back. Alright, let's get these eggs rolling. Rolling. Eggs. Whoa! Dang. Okay, eggs. Giggle there. Yo! Let's just grab some of this butter. Put your butter in the pan. Gotta get your butter to melt. Very simple. Alright, here we go. Butter. Got that butter. Okay. Sorry, folks. We're gonna get started right now. Here we go. Got the butter going. It's great. Gonna get our egg going. No, I'm not gonna do scrambled eggs. Because I enjoy yolk. So I'm gonna make a normal egg. And show you how to make one. You got here your egg. You got a little counter. I got a little ledge. Take the egg on the ledge of the counter. Get a little tap. Till you see a crack. You got a crack in the egg. Very simple. You get your two hands. And you open up the shell like so. You take your two hands. You spread the thing apart. And you go down and up. You want to make sure that you crack it accordingly. As you could see here. And I think I'm right on the mark. This right here is a shell. I believe so, because I think that fell in. I don't like shells. Okay, carrying on with this shell thing. I like to season my egg. I don't like my egg to be raw, non-flavored. I like to give it flavor. A little bit of pepper on top. There you go. Alright, let that cook for a bit. Alright, she's going very beautifully. Excess butter can come off. Alright. Now we're going to turn this egg over with doing our best on not breaking it. Alright, here we go. Watch carefully now. Take the egg and stick our spatula underneath as best we can. Wiggle it back and forth. Get that spatula under. Tip the pan a bit. Pull the egg and flip. There you go. Perfect. Look at that. The egg's still intact. It hasn't busted. Excellent. So now we take this egg off the heat. I believe so. Wait. Oh, just a little bit more. We're going to turn the element off. I believe our rice, I think, could be ready. Have a look here. I'm going to pop her out. She's still sitting. Okay, I think this egg is done. She is. Slide the egg onto the plate. Eggs up. So we're going to just clear some room here. And we're going to slide this over here. That is the drink that I'm making. It's home brewed tea. It's actual a tea bag, hot water, a little bit of lemon juice. Let it sit overnight. and then stick it in the fridge. Cold tea. Love it. Great. Let's pull out this rice. Is that oh, hey. That's some hot rice, dang. Alright, let's take off this lid. Ooh, that's steamy. Move that over there. You want to take your rice and fork it. To the rice, you guys are probably wondering, well, whoa, wait. What is all in here? Well, very simple. Water, butter, regular Hungarian paprika. This is the stuff here. This was imported from Hungary, Budapest. And some pepper inside my rice to the water. And of course, you can't forget about the only imperial margarine that was put inside the rice when I shoved it in the microwave for about... First I start off with a minute, and then I put it in for about 4 minutes. And now the rice is ready. Now that our rice is ready, so I'm very pleased by that, we're going to move this for a second, this lid. I'm going to grab this spatula, scoop some out. And as you could see, because I am basically a heart patient, I have to portion control my food. This is good for people who either are diabetic, heart patients, or have some kind of medical connection, and they just need to eat well and live healthy. This is a way to do it. Buy a portion plate. This portion plate will help you out, and it saves you from eating. There you have it, folks. Filipino breakfast. As you can see, it sure didn't take that much of a time. That is it. That is all. Well, I want to thank you all. My name is Chef Les. Welcome to my program called Cook With Me. We made this. I got other programs, yes, on this Facebook page. Also, if you want, you could check me out on YouTube at Weiss Entertainment. Weiss Entertainment or Les Weiss on YouTube. I also have a likes page on Facebook. It's Weiss Entertainment. Like my page. On that page, I do have some other cooking shows. That's where I started, and now I transferred over here. So you could check those platforms out. I'm also on Instagram. You could check me out on Instagram. Either look up Magic Man Les or Les Weiss or Weiss Entertainment. And I'm also on Snapchat. You could check me out there too. I'm either Les Weiss, Magic Man Les, or Weiss Entertainment. Alright, well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for coming into my home and cooking with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Please go and try these recipes. They're very healthy. As you could see, I added no salt to any of my recipes. And that's the best part. The only sodium that's in the recipes is whatever's in the back of all those sauces in their, number graph. As you could see, this one here, if you look at the back, this one has about 24% sodium. So between this sodium, the sodium from the other two marinades is the only sodium that's in my dishes. I do not add extra salt. I do not pour salt. I don't cook with salt. I just cook with the sodium that's already in the product. That's something I can't help or avoid. If you are a sodium person like myself, make sure you go shopping and get something that's less than 10%. Or you go and you buy stuff like this. This says here, no salt added. If you look at the back, there's maybe just 1% sodium. Now, you're probably thinking, well, then advertising is a lie. No, technically, the 1% sodium is just so it can hold its shelf life. You have to have some sort of sodium for the shelf life, or else the product basically dies. And then the shelf life is no longer, because sodium and sugar, for some reason, in all our products, in our grocery stores, keep its shelf life on the shelf. Don't understand why,